Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Thank you. Thank you, Professor, sir. Well, Srinivasan, sir, well, Ramanujam, sir, has very nicely said the evolution of the world from the space itself. What more you want? The conversions are there, the energy equations are there, and he is also talking of a linkage between space and energy that he's trying to develop, and there is a stream is working on. So the evolutionary
Excuse me.
theory is there. So
Sorry.
again, Veda, one line, sir, then you can have that. And here, Ramanujam sir is not talking of humanity. He is talking of the fundamental reality out of which entire thing is shaped up. So he's not taking Vedatri Maharshi might have talked of humanity in a different platform, in a different but here the talk is not on humanity, it is on the fundamental reality. And he is speaking, Ramanujam is saying that, Professor Ramanujam is saying that space is the fundamental reality out of which everything has come up, everything is shaped up, and it is a very beautifully carved evolutionary model that we can have for this world. And I don't see any question on humanity on here, because he's here the talk is not on humanity but on the fundamental reality out of which everything has come out. And beautifully he has scientifically tried to give, and because he's a man of physics, he has tried to scientifically connect the thoughts of Vedatri Maharishi in a beautiful manner. And thanks to Professor Ramanujam for this attempt. Thank you so much, sir. Well, over to Professor Pramod Kumar Das for his observations.
Thank you, Dr. Rao, for giving me this opportunity to have my observation. I am really happy and I really enjoyed the talk of Professor Ramanujan. Very simply, it can be said that we have to start the philosophical reflection or scientific inquiry from the beginning, and that is one. Number one. The second point is that one from which we shall start our scientific journey or philosophical journey, that must be all inclusive. Nothing could be excluded from that one. This is the second assumption that we have to believe, and this is also logically true, because from the less reality we cannot derive more realities. So that must be one, and that must be all inclusive. Second, and the, 1 minute, I am just muting. Oh, okay. And the third point is whatever comes out of that all inclusive one, that also returns to that oneness. This is the third principle. The source is one. Secondly, the source is all inclusive. Thirdly, whatever comes or manifests from that source, that also returns to that source. The entire discussion that about Vedatrian science is this one principle. That principle is all inclusive, and there is a reverse journey, that everything can come out of that and everything can go back to that. Second part of our discussion was there are two states of existence. One is the static state and the other is the spinning state. Spinning is not in the verb sense, spinning in the sense of a noun sense. There is a spinning state and the other is the static state. In the static state, that one is unmanifest. In the spinning state, it is manifest. So, the unmanifest and the manifest both constitute the entire reality. Then we shall put this methodology to explain cosmology. How can we explain mind? How can we explain the world? How can we explain law of karma? By putting this methodology only. The distinction between mind and consciousness is also that. Consciousness is the oneness, all-inclusive state, free from all types of imprints, and mind is that which is corrupted with, which is which has accumulated so many imprints. Similarly, when Professor Ramanujan was speaking about particles, this is also a manifestation of that spinning state of oneness. When that oneness is spinning, that we may call it space, we may call it Brahman, does not matter. If we call it Brahman, we shall be in the camp of Vedanta philosophy. If we shall call it space, then we are in the shelter house of Vedantarian ashram. It does not matter, but that must be one. And when it is in the spinning state, we have many. Ekam bahusam. One becomes many. How one becomes many? One becomes many in the state of dynamism. In the dynamic state, one becomes many. Going to Sankhya philosophy, referring to Sankhya philosophy in this connection, when all these three gunas, Sattva, Raja and Tama, are in the equilibrium state, that means they are not dynamic, they are not interact, they are not dynamic, they do not interfere with each other, that there is nothing else, it is static. But when one guna dominates over other guna, when they are in the spinning state, when they are in the dynamic state, creation takes place. This is also there in Sankhya system. Only in the dynamic state of anything, we get energy, we get so many manifestations. Our body is out of that, our mind is out of that, our intellect is out of that. These are all modifications, these are all manifestations. But what is the ultimate source? The ultimate source is pure consciousness. In Vedanta, it is also said that that is Turiya. That is Turiya. But there are different levels of consciousness. Jagrata, Sapna, all these various levels of consciousness. In Vedantarian methodology, we are giving a model as we take the help of a doll or a ball to explain a child about great science. Similarly, we are giving a beautiful model to understand that Vedantic philosophy. There is no difference. Professor Ranjit Ghosh said very rightly that it is equal to Vedantic philosophy. And in answer, Professor Ramanujan said that only the methodology is missing. So he gave a scientific methodology by this way, that the space is filled with consciousness and that is one, but in the spinning state it becomes many, having the form of particles. Then when we are talking about mind, we do not find its address. We do not find its location. Where is mind? So mind is a human possibility. If the entire world becomes the body, then entire cosmos, entire creation becomes the body, then the very man is mind. Because in man we are searching mind. It will not be available. In human body, that mind may not be available. It may be a misnomer. But if the entire creation will become the body, then the very man is mind. So mind is a human possibility. In that sense, man is rational. In that sense, man can make judgments. In that sense, ethics is meaningful for human beings. So, that very beautifully Professor Ramanujan said that is wave complex, the wave complex. So that is also a product of that unmanifest primordial consciousness, which is a human possibility only. Therefore, karma is a human possibility. No animals do any karma. Karma with a sense of parabdha, sanchita, kriyamana, karma with a sense of ethical value, karma and karma phala, all these things are related to our psychic reactions, our psychic waves. And scientifically speaking, every cell of our body has memory. Every cell of our body has memory. So, out of that memory, we have different reactions and responses. That is how we create our karma. But there is a human freedom. We are free to change our destiny because we have a free will. So, in spite of the sanchita karma, we can have our new karma by the best use of the wave mechanism, and we can have new thoughts, and by having new thoughts we can create new karma, and by that we can make our destiny. Then what is the ultimate destiny? The ultimate destiny is that where from we come, we have to reach there. Where from we have come, that is the consciousness. Now we are in the state of a mind. Animals are in the state of a body. And Maharshi is in the state of intellect. But what is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is where from we have come, we have to reach there. That means from the consciousness, we have to transform to the state of self-consciousness, the pure consciousness. That is the ultimate transformation. So the methodology is one, that is all inclusive, and that is that source from which everything has come, and to which everything returns back, goes back. So we are in the reverse journey if we are in the spiritual sadhana. Where we are going, if we are actually in the right path, we are having a reverse journey to the pure consciousness. If we are in the wrong path, we are going towards the manifestation. Whether we are moving towards manifestation or we are having a reverse journey to the unmanifest, that depends upon our psychic exercise, that depends upon our choice, that depends upon our spiritual sadhana. This is very simple. Thank you, Professor Ramanujan. You just explained Vedanta philosophy in scientific way. And when we are talking about oneness, the dualistic philosophy of Sankhya and the pluralistic philosophy of other systems, they are well explained when we explain that one. Nothing remains unexplained when we refer to the all-inclusive one, because everything is included there. Dualism is included, pluralism is included, negation is included. Therefore, it is all-inclusive. Thank you, Professor Ramanujan.
Blessed. Um, one more, a small observation on a nicely presented version of Vedatrian Science and Philosophy by Professor Pramod. He narrated the whole science, philosophy, mind, destiny, free will in a highly philosophical form, so that we get new points about the Vedatrian philosophy. He has given certain insights into the Vedatrian philosophy when he told about the free will, uh, and when he told about we have the willpower to go high, and all these things. We realize that, all these things are contained in Vedatrian philosophy. It is a news for us also. So it is rather myself giving the lecture. I have gained much today. Uh, what our Vedatrian philosophy stands for. Okay. It's a very revealing lecture, revealing comments by Professor Pramod, and really speaking, I felt as if Vedatri Maharishi is speaking through Pramod about his own philosophy, so that others can see the point there. I really remain thankful to Pramod for his eloquent way of putting things in a very logical, philosophical way, developing the whole content which I have given. It is an excellent way of putting in a philosophical way. Thank you, Professor Pramod. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Das, for beautifully putting Professor Ramanujan's lecture on Vedatri's Maharishi's view very logically and very precisely. And a good take from this is connecting to what he has said, that as you said, that the goal from which, the source from which everything has come out is one, and the goal to which everything is moving is also one.